Infernal Cape, the Colosseum, Quest Cape, maxing. All mighty achievement, but never really seemed to interest me. Every 99 I've ever gotten has only left me with a fleeting sense of accomplishment. Every quest, level, piece of gear, all mere stepping stone. But for what? What is the point of any of this? Money. So here's the game. I'm going for max PLAT tokens, and I'm going to do this by making 10,000 accounts and then operating them by hand to trade and try to get maximum platinum token. That is 2.147 trillion GP. To put this further into a perspective, that is enough to buy 160,259 bonds and have membership paid for 8,012 years. Or a darker path. A player could sell this on the black market right now for roughly $392,000. But that's not what I'm going to do. If I hit this target, I'm going to stare that temptation in the face and throw the ring into Mordor by giving all of that money back to the community in some sort of drop party or a giveaway. No botting, no breaking TOS, all legit. So, let's get after it. This is the road to max PLAT. What's up, everybody? As always, right before the episode, if I could ask you if you could like, comment, subscribe, that'd be really great. We're approaching the first level of monetization. Really help me out there. Sub, please and thank you. And yeah, so, feel a little cringe making these daily videos again since it feels like I'm not doing very much, but I'm just trying to stay consistent and just keep playing the game. So we got the traders back. They're out of order. Oh, this one's in order. This guy's gotta go on the bottom. Then I gotta get the pin done. I should probably have this ready waiting for you guys, but I looked it up to see when we started this. I think it was 4 days ago, so I'm going to use that for reference over here to kind of get a gauge of how much we can kind of the rate of buying and just a rate of buying, and then get just a potential what is the slot worth daily goal, whatever. So not a lot of action in the elemental runes yet again. We made another 150k right here. That's freaking sweet. I'm just gonna do it again. I'll just keep doing it every single day. I'm not sure how we play this out on a... Wow, it's at 97, so it's starting to rise even further. Not 100%. Well, so it's been a day, so that's 6 loops, so we get 18k times 6, 36, 72. That'd be 90,000. Am I correct there? Am I dumb? Oops. Yes, I am really, really dumb. Okay, everybody just disregard everything I say from now on. Just kidding. But, I mean, actually, yes, please do that. But, or you probably should. We'll do 108k. And we'll just YOLO. I want to check the chart. Before I make a risk like that, because I don't really know. You know what I mean? So... Chaos Rune, kind of breaking out. Looks like it's going to fall back down to 92 again, so we're going to not do that. That's why we check charts. We'll do it 92, because if I hit it at 92, I should be able to repeat that trade and get more money. 300k flip, roughly. So now we got we're 100k made from the maple, so we're just going to rinse, repeat, see if we can repeat that same trade over and over again. And, I don't know, I've been kind of... Oh, it was a sell, duh. I've been kind of torn on content, but okay, it's a lot of these freaking hours I'm working at work. It's really killing me. In the morning, I've been kind of messing up with my video production I usually do in the morning. But anyways, that's done. That account's done. Nothing's really happened to the elemental rune front, but that's kind of been normal. People have been reporting that in the Discord. Discord link down below. People have been down here talking about all their trading chats and all that other good stuff. There's a lot of good information in here for this type of method and strategies and getting questions answered and stuff like that. But yeah, so in 4 days we've been able to get 951 bronze scimitars for 40. So I gotta get the chart. I think we could get 100 for them. So let's just say 100. Let's divide that by 4. And then that'd be a 60 GP? Yeah, 60 GP. So that puts us, that's a decent item. Though who knows how many accounts this would scale. And I don't know if I'm buying too little of a margin here or too low of a price to go for it. You know what I mean? Because here, let's see. You know, 55 is the low price, 70 is the low price. There's in today's 2000 sales, it doesn't look like we'd be able to get this, because this kind of looks frozen from the yesterday and the day before. Actually, this one kind of slowed down. Like iron scimitars doing a little bit better, 23.39. So we'll just take that divided by 4. 584. We'll just round down. 584 per day. So we get 584 at 65. Just real quickly. Can we get what do we get? Can we go for 100? 100 seems pretty reasonable to get it. So 65. So that would be times 4 or 35. So 584 times 35 puts us in the 20K. So that is a reasonable item to go for, maybe potentially depends. I mean, like you can't just make that type of yes, I get 584, but like it doesn't scale up. I can only scale that potentially 3,980 divided by 584, which would be, you know, so 7 accounts realistically could go for that item. So then, for instance, so that's good though. That's good. If I just keep that in my mind, that means I'll make like a batch of 10 traders, and then we'll try trading iron scimitars on them and see how it scales up. So that'll be a good direction for this content, at least. So that's good for my content anxiety, the value of this not feeling that valuable. But anyway, 2755 divided by 4, 688. So we'll just round down, just low ball it real quick. So we're at 85. Let's see what a decent price point for steel scimitars would be. So we got 170, 198. I think 150 would be up. I think it's right smack dab in the middle. I mean, like we get a lot of sales at 200, so I feel like 150 would be fair enough to be an okay price to go for. So actually it would be 149 because we'd have the 1 GP tax, so then we take that away. 85, 64 units times what was our price? 688 times 688. So that puts us at 44K a day. So not looking bad. It's not looking bad. You know, the scimitars actually doing pretty decently. And I think if we use like that logical, like if we can find how I made this pick is that I used to collect scimitars, so I kind of know how they kind of like allocate, like how many I can acquire per day. Like I kind of had an idea that like they can trickle in. They can trickle in, but it's kind of nice seeing the logic that I came up with to like pick this item. It's like, okay, so people are making new accounts all the time, and they train melee pretty much the same way. They buy bronze scimitars, then they'll buy an iron scimitar, then a steel scimitar, then whatever. They'll have them all in the inventory, and then sometimes they'll just, you know, so they're usually doing that to buy it, and those types of people don't care about GP. So they're going there and they're like, you know, I do it all the time. And probably a multitude, everybody watching this is probably doing the same thing with these types of items. They go to the GE and they just smash the plus 1,000% margin, just pay whatever it costs because it's like marginal. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. So then that's where we're going to be able to make some decent picks, maybe, is the idea here. Like it's like that type of offering that type of value to the consumer. That'll help us like narrow in on some like what some decent first items to go into are. So yeah, not that that's all just theory. That could all just be a bunch of bullshit. So, but that's kind of the idea, and it is kind of paying off though. That's why I'm kind of like satisfied with it. So we have 750 over 4 days, so 187. I was hoping this would perform a little bit better, but it seems like the margin probably went up, or the bottom probably went up. Yeah, the bottom kind of went away. No. Okay. But yeah, the bottom kind of went away, is what I was saying. Before it looked like, 350 is greedy. I think that's what's been happening. 350 looks kind of greedy. So I'm kind of lucky I even got the amount I did at 350. But 350 is kind of looking unreasonable here based on the bottom. Like, yeah, it tanked a little bit right here, but we have 380. So 400, let's say 450 would be like, I don't know. This seems like not a very good item to go for because it seems pretty stable in its price. And the margin doesn't seem very high there, but we're not just, you know, whatever. We're just experiencing. We're just whatever. I'm going to leave it in there. We're going to talk about it, though. So then, like, but at 350, 187, what's our sell price? What's our sell price? Like, today's sell price would be, like, I'll say, like, 450 would be a reasonable, very reasonable. even 480. I'll just say 480. Just to puff my stats a little bit. Take that times 187, and then take away 1 GP as well. So it is a 20, potentially, I would say 10K, just a 10K realistically, or 100% definitively, I can say without a doubt in my mind, but yeah. 10K, but 24K kind of is there. Bronze arrows seem dead. Maybe the item changed, so I'm just gonna cut that. Let's go margin check it again. Three. And 2. So yeah, item's dead. I left it in there for 4 days, only got 7,000 units. 7,000 units divided by 4 is not a lot of GP. That's like a bad slot. So like I go for 15K, 15 to 30K. 30K is what I used to go for, but now I'm just 15K is actually still way worth my time, I feel. But 15K a day, so each slot needs to be 5K a day. So bronze arrows, it's an easy pull the plug. Been 4 days, should have seen some action like over here. Earth runes in the same boat as well. Fire runes doing okay. Water runes doing okay. Air runes doing okay for our slot. You know what I'm saying? Like over 4 days, 28,000 is only 7,000 a day, but that's still over 5K. So it's decent play. Even feathers are performing okay. Oak logs should pull the plug there. I'm just a little bit lazy right now. I don't want this to go much too much later here. Maybe 5 more minutes of chatting, but whatever. So iron arrows. We made 300K on the iron arrows, so maybe we go right back into them. Let's just check the margin right now. 8 coins. 6 again, baby. Try to grab them again. Let's do it up. See if we can just repeat the trade. Just keep doing it over and over again. Get kind of a feel for it. And then we will be able to determine 18 coins. Okay. Seems cool. So iron arrows, adamant arrows seem pretty decent. Mithril arrows too. That is the one I probably should have tested and not the not bronze. Mithril arrows I feel like would be like a really high volume. Probably in the millions easily. So I'll go 100K here. And the bronze maces. So in 4 days. Ooh, nice. So it's already selling. Bronze maces, 729 in 4 days. I feel like we could get like, I don't know. I don't think that one's real. I gotta suspend my disbelief just for the sake of experimentation. We can't make any, whatever. But 25 seems really low, even for a bronze item. Mace, or at least what people would be willing to pay for it if they were going for it. So for instance here, the volume's super low. So 187, this would probably be like 10 accounts would be pushing it, 5 accounts maybe. And we could maybe get 100. I would try to go for 100. Let's say 90. So we'll take 182. 90 take away 25 times 182. So 11K per day. Not bad. You know, it's better than it could be. Or, you know, I don't know. Like, these are in the same ballpark of like bad for different reasons. But yeah, anyway. So short bow, 42. Let's check that real quick. This is actually a pretty locked margin. Looks like this is a pretty locked down item, and it's kind of really low volume. But I feel like it's the same type of thing. You buy a bow because you're just training range or whatever. You're just lazy. You just go to the GE, kind of autopilot. That's what these sales kind of look like. But they don't seem to peak as high as what I want to really see them go to. So I will try. I'm just going to cut the sale off early here. And I'm going to try putting them back in for 100 and see if I get any sales. So let's just kind of do that. Because if I can get some sales at 100, and maybe we can justify it, but I'm not sure. This looks like an item that might have to be like a collector item, like for same with bronze mace. I gotta take that into consideration when I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking about all these as close cycles so that I can and for if this is your first episode, close cycle is where you are indirectly making profit via other players using the Grand Exchange only. And then there's another term I call open cycles, where you buy things and then you sell to. So you buy things from the Grand Exchange primarily, though you can go to stores and stuff like that, for the sake of like selling to players in a secondary market, like all bulks, clan chat, stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, So bronze mace may be worth getting because I don't know what the price is in all books, and that might be something I need to like research and then present you guys information on that, or like show you guys some information maybe from research, or try to like sell to collectors myself and then present you guys what certain picks may be, because it feels kind of counterintuitive what I'm doing by literally telling everybody what I'm doing as I'm doing it to make the money, because then they might beat me to the punch. But for the sake of giving in prosperity and spreading the wealth, I don't really care, I guess. But it's like the friction in my brain. Like, why am I telling you this? I need to make the money. I need to make the money. This seems like it's not going to work out that well. But anyway, so we got all the elk bows, and I believe I sold them for 50, and I got that. So we're just going to try to repeat that trade, because if I can repeat those, then let's say I do this, that again. I know I'm repeating myself again. It's the same as like up top on the other account. If I can repeat this like 10, 20 times, I'm confident enough loading some accounts up with them and then letting them do the flip. You know what I mean? But yeah. So bang, slap that back in for 50. Little short bows. I know we struggled buying them before at whatever the last price point was, which was 67. But at 100, seems we got a lot of bites. 3,738 in one day. So let's check that out. And man, oh man, they are pumping right now? Or did they dump? Oh gosh. Willow short bow, not oak short bows. Okay. Somebody bought one for over 30K, my man. Oh my goodness. So there was a point. This is what I'm talking about. Bless you. There's a point here. This is what I'm talking about. If somebody does not get an item right now, because of how trivial 50K is, just because like they're doing a clue step, or I don't even know if this is one of the ingredients for that, but they just need it now. That's where the value in this trading is. Like, just you're providing liquidity. Look up crypto, decentralized exchanges and stuff like that. This is the same thing. You're providing liquidity to facilitate easy trades, easy flow of trades, so that people don't have to waste their time. That's like where the main value of this comes from. Yeah, over one day, looks like you can't really see it on the chart except for when we hover our mouse over it, because the 30K shadows everything down. But we had there's a lot of volatility here where there was not any action going on, but the market quickly corrected. But that's kind of interesting to note that maybe I have accounts. This is an interesting thought. Maybe I have accounts that are in there for, you know how like people will have a trade slot where they'll have a T-bow for 1 GP just to roll it, you know what I'm saying? Or if you've like heard of like baby Bitcoin miners, where people, or baby solo miners or whatever I think they're called for like Bitcoin, there's like, it may take 10 years, but if you mine 1 Bitcoin, then you make all the money yourself, that type of thing. Maybe an account that has items sitting in, like if I spot this, like let's say for a Willow short bow, I have one account dedicated, you know, I'll just log him in, just like normal login cycle for everybody else, and he just sits there with a Willow short bows at 5K just to see if he can, maybe that's a potential strategy too. But yeah, for resale, I think I'm just gonna go 150 and just hope for the best if this comes through. So maple short bows, looks like that season pass, looks like we're not going to get that bite again, but I'm just going to leave it in for one more day, because why not? Hammers kind of look like the same thing. Staffs at 83, we seem to have gotten a lot more on the next day, because it was the first 3 days we can only get 300. Now putting them in at 83 is a better price point. Bronze bolts blew up, we got them a lot overnight. This is probably going to only be a 1 GP profit. Blue wizard hat 606 in one day. Let's look at the blue wizard hat. If I remember correctly, we were able to sell it for like 350 or something like that. So if we get 606, let's check the last price. The last sale I made on the wizard hats, 361, and I bought them for 300. So we made a 60 GP margin there. 361 seemed to sell. If I look at the chart again, looks like I may be able to repeat that again. Guess here, because this looks like a lot of sales happened at 368 and 371 multiple times in one day. The price doesn't seem to really fly around that much. It dumps a little bit, but it doesn't seem to really change that much in the weekly. In the monthly, it seems to variate a little bit more, but it seems to really, actually it has kind of a big price movement, but over the 1 year chart. But I'm pretty confident that we'd be able to get that trade again. Probably a little bit better of a margin, actually. 263, I think I'd be able to sell for 361 again, making that 95 GP profit. So 95 GP times 1,000 would be a 95K flip, but in one day. Sorry, that's the real math that I need to do here. So 606 times 95 We made 57K potentially in that one day. So Blue Hill Wizard Hat seems to be a decent pick for a small scale flipping operation. So with that being said, this was kind of a fun one. Started off super anxious, but kind of every time at the end of these, I'm glad I did them. So thank you guys for watching again. Please comment, like, subscribe. Thank you. Almost to monetization. Definitely need to start streaming soon. Definitely need to capitalize on that first level of monetization. Make my first dollar on YouTube. That would really blow my mind. Thank you guys so much for all the growth. It's been a lot has been happening recently. Like, I think I made 100 subs this last month when it took me like, I don't know, it like tripled my sub counts. That's amazing, and I'm really, really thankful. And holy crap, it already sold. So let's just put the adamant arrows right back in. Just try to repeat the flips. And I know the charts say one thing, and that's like, you know, you can just follow the charts, follow a guide, whatever. But I cannot stress enough the importance of having a real experience in your mind, because that experience, win or loss, does help you dictate better decisions going forward in things you don't like. Your experience has parallel. It's a really tough concept to explain. It's like something I understand, but it's tough to explain. Or like it's a feeling I have. It's like, and maybe I'm just word salading, but I'm talking about like when you get experienced at something, it translates to everything going forward. It's just how your brain works. Like, so you need experiences. You can't just read everything. You know, sorry. So I overcomplicated the difference between book smarts and street smarts. But that's essentially what street smarts is. You use book smarts to help you like figure out a good way to start, good strategy to remember while you're trying to like get through the thick of the mud of like dealing with the frustration of making all the mistakes and learning something new and stuff like that. But the experiences, that's the thing that like when it really forms the synapses and those good habits in your brain. That's what like allows you to compound later. That's what all this is about. Anyway, or at least that's a part of my mission here, teaching on RuneScape and teaching and growing and doing all this stuff, whatever. This is like this huge grandiose vision of like what I want to be as a YouTuber and stuff like that. And it's all this ties together. That's why none of it seems to have any like, it seems like tangential rants, which they are, but it is because it's in this giant picture of a vision. I'm just trying to bring it all together. So thank you again for everybody suffering through my random rants, but I really appreciate it. Thank you very much and have a nice day.